Hey class, how's it going? Are you ready for more fractions? Here we go. Okay, so yesterday we talked about fractions using pizza. Today, for most of this talk, I will be using an apple. So we have one whole apple. This word you need to remember and know how to spell. And it says whole. So one whole apple. Now, if we take that whole apple and we cut it in half, then we have two halves. You can say 1/2 and write it as 1/2. So when you see the numbers a 1 over a 2, you say it as 1/2. But if you have two halves, like we have in this picture, here's 1/2 and here's 1/2, which make two halves, you say 2/2. You see the difference? The word changes in its spelling. This is for 1/2, and this is for 2/2. Okay? Now, let's look at it in a math problem. So we have 1/2 here plus 1/2 here, which equals, this sign means equals, 2/2, which also equals 1. Okay? Because here's the 2/2. If you press them together, you actually have a whole apple. So if you're writing it in words, you have 1/2 apple plus, here's the word how to spell plus, 1/2 apple equals, here's how to spell equals, 1 whole apple. So again, 1/2 apple plus 1/2 apple equals 1 whole apple. And you would write it like this in numbers, okay? Now let's look at if we take that whole apple and we take the 2/2 that we just saw cut in half and we cut those halves in halves, we end up with 4 pieces and we call them quarters. See this word, quarters. But we can also say 1/4 of the apple. So if you have 4/4, okay, you have 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. This equals 4/4, which also equals 1, a whole apple. Okay, so the highlighted word is 4th and quarter, which also means this, okay? It's just another word that is used. It's also used in time, but we're not going to talk about that right now. But so if you hear someone say, cut the apple in 4 quarters, or cut the apple in quarters, you'll know that they mean 4 pieces. So quarter always means 4. All right? Now, we can also do another math problem with the fours, with the 1/4. So look, 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/4, right? But did you know that 2/4 also equals 1/2? So if we have another 1/4 plus 1/4, which equals 2/4, which also equals 1/2. So 2/4 plus 2/4 equals 4/4, which also equals 1/2. So if you have 2/4, or if you have 1/4 plus 1/4, you have a half of something, okay? Because all you did was cut this half into 2 pieces. So know that 2 of these equals a half. 2/4 equals 1/2. Okay, so I went back to the pizza for the last one because I couldn't find any apple pictures that were cut in thirds, because people don't usually cut their apples in thirds. So they do cut their pizzas in thirds though. So here we go. You have your whole piece of pizza and you want to cut it into 3 pieces. So here's 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. Here's the word written out, third. So you have 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 1/2, 1/2 pizza. Okay, so guys, look for your homework. It'll be related to this. And if you have any questions, you can WhatsApp me anytime tomorrow. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.